Anyway, now I wish I could tell you this is one of those vlogs where like I go to the supermarket and then, you know, after I click over like my quirky friends, and then after that, you know, I go home and I go home on a skateboard, you know, because I got a skate. But I don't got no fucking skateboard, alright? So I actually did go grocery shopping though, so, you know, there's that. But this is a video to open up, I guess. And I normally wouldn't put something out there where people could like use it against me as some kind of ammo online, or, you know, whatever. Normally I just, you know, keep things in, you know, like a real man, you know. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it since I'm thinking of quitting YouTube anyway. Things have just been weighing on me, so I decided I'm gonna go back to my old school. I'm gonna go back to, you know, where it all starts. I'm gonna go back to the place I used to chill. Fuck me. But I decided I'm just gonna go back to the school I used to go to the place I used to chill all the time and, you know, kind of escape away to, just because I felt like I needed to remember where I came from, kind of thing. I felt like I was starting to, you know, lose touch a little bit, so it'd be good to revisit things, go back there, see how things are, you know. But because honestly I felt like I was dealing with just too much loss, you know, loss of family, my relationship, my job that I had because I was getting finessed, which led to a loss of everything else, like loss of hope in certain situations and desires and what I want. Like everything kind of, you know, changed with all three of those things that happened. And I get more into it, but they gonna call me a simp. But a long time ago, there was this girl I really liked, maybe even in love with, and we wrote our names on a bench. And I wanted to sit on that bench, just kind of, you know, remember how things used to be, remember where I came from, and just remember that back then, I felt like it was the end of the world then too. So I've come a long way. I just wanted to remember that and go and sit there and just reminisce, kind of thing. Now I came back here. I was gonna color correct it, color grade it, make it look all cinematic, all fancy, you know what I mean? I decided to leave it so you can get a picture for how it really was, how drab, how muddy everything is. I'll even let you hear it. So I came here only to find more loss. They removed the bench. I know it's stupid, but that bench did mean a lot to me. That bench represented kind of my teenage years to me. And I cut that girl off, just like I did the rest. I didn't text, I didn't call. That was back when I would always choose my ego and my pride over love, but that doesn't mean you don't miss someone. And when I missed them, I'd go to that bench, I'd look at our names, and it'd make me happy. Kinda sad, but kinda happy. And now it's gone, and I don't even have that. It's just like, damn. But let's talk about Gateway. Gateway is where I went to school, and I met my best friend Toomey there. Fun fact, I made my first ever YouTube video the month I started here, and it's such a bad video looking back.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm sure you already know who I am, but if you don't, I'm me, Tony Montana's.
But I learned so much here. You don't realize it at the time when you're living through a life-defining moment, but this was definitely one of them. And I was such an idiot back then. All I cared about was money, bitches, the drip, how I look, like all of that. And I still got the highest grade achievable, but I can't even say it's because I was so small, you know. It was more so I was more so liked by the girls, by the other students, by the teachers. You know, I'd have some work, it'd be messed up, and they'd be like, yo, just bring us back at the end of the day, change it, you know what I mean, it'll be alright. I'd bring it back, it'd be messed up still, they'd be like, yo, use that computer over there, it's this part, this paragraph here, you know, just change that, you know, and then I'd be good. So one of my teachers even, I'd look at like a friend. Like, we played cards for a year straight. Year plus. But every day, every lesson, every time we had him, we'd be dealing cards. And it was fire, good times. He was like, you know, as long as the work get done, we can keep this up. And everyone got the work done. Everyone brought the work back, right? So low-key, it might have been a good teaching method because it worked. I got the highest grade, so, you know, I hated it when we had an inspector because, you know, it meant no cards. I'm trying to play some cards right now, yo. I had fun there, though. And it was better looking back than living through it, because living through it was going through it. Sheesh. And back then I had to worry about homework and, so I say I had homework, but honestly, I wish that's all I had to worry about. Like, I was broke, heartbroken, family was broke, niggas selling drugs, like, there's all kind of shit. And school is like a prison. I mean, school is like any environment you're in where you're just gonna be introduced to the people around you. So someone goes to jail, when they get out, they'll only know more criminals. Someone goes around where people getting hella money, they're gonna know some niggas that's getting money, But I remember I'd post like stacks of money online and shit like that, and people would be like, yo, put your mother's rent money back. First of all, I was like, who pays rent in cash anymore? Let's start there. But I was like, yo, I wish my mother had this much money. Like, my family was so broke that the school would cut a check to me. It was $250 every 3 months. I had to show up to get it. So I was showing up, and it was like, she was unemployed with 4 kids. I know my father, but he wasn't around. He wasn't making nothing shake for me. So growing up, like, I didn't get no allowance, no pocket money, nothing like that. So I'm gassed when I get this $750. I'm like, shee. And my mother would even try to take from that little $250. So it's like, eventually it wasn't enough. Like, I need them new J's, I need that new iPhone, I need it all, right? Shit, nigga, I need to eat. Like, niggas going to McDonald's on their lunch break, 17, driving there. So I'm like, man, I gotta make something shake. So, see an opportunity, rob some niggas, for they was lacking. They ain't really see him on anything anyway. And I grew up around people who was really on it. Whole family was really on it. I was the one that was supposed to be different. So I realized very quickly, it was cold out. It'd be cold outside. I don't look the toughest, so I ain't trying to stand on no corner, no block, no square, no. I was like, nope. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to get it off at some parties or something. But I ain't want to have to talk to niggas either. So I was like, yo, sold it to my mans, man. I had to get it off. I had to get that work off real quick. It wasn't for me, no, sir. I was feeling hot carrying. I was like, then niggas might rob you too. So then you gotta carry a weapon on top of that, and then that feels hot. So it's like, I mean, eventually it does become second nature, You grab your keys, your wallet, some tissues, phone, your piece. But at the time, being 16, I was like, nah, this ain't it. I did it. I flipped my little shit. Now I got a little drug money, right? Now I'm gonna go legit with it, right? I'm like, I'm like Ghost right here, I'm about to go legit. And I start reselling shoes. Then I started doing people's homework because I was getting the highest grades possible, like I said. So just copy my shit, change a couple words. That's an easy buck right there. But then I start doing the homework for the scammers. So now I'm chilling with them. I'm getting paid $100 an hour basically. I'm tapped in. I'm hanging around them, so I'm getting palm methods. So now I'm 17 doing that too. Now I'm looking like I'm having it more than the niggas whose parents is really having. Now I'm up. I mean, but all good things gotta come to an end. So, and by the way, nobody sent this video to Gene. Nobody, no. Nobody sent it, right? Like, keep this video on the low ski. Like, after I finished school, my friend basically introduced me to Gene. Me and Gene see each other. We talk for like 4 hours just sitting down. I arranged a date for the next week. We go on the date, and the next day I make her my girlfriend. She says yes, so I'm insane for doing it, but she's insane for saying yes too. But I don't know. I just felt like we just, had that connection, and eventually she went on to become my best friend, and we spent a year and a half together. I'd still say nobody knows me better than her. That's probably the reason things didn't work out, but this is where the loss starts. So I ended it over something stupid. I say stupid, but to me it wasn't stupid. It meant a lot to me. I thought it was a good reason. And also, I just didn't feel like I was being treated the way I deserved to be treated either. So I was like, you know what? Nah. But the problem is nothing outright too terrible happened. So I feel like there'll always be that sort of conflict there where it's like, you didn't cheat on me, I didn't cheat on you. So you didn't do anything outright terrible. It's just, I feel like we're maybe not compatible, but there's always that doubt where it's like, yeah, you did this, you did that, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. But especially because I did plan on maybe marrying her, having kids with her one day. So it's like, damn, now saw that coming, but now it's completely over because I didn't like a few things. But again, I just feel like we aren't very compatible, but then part of me wishes we were. But yeah, someone I care about, even if I can't stand her, because I'm like that one DD, like, I can't stand this bitch. Sometimes I look at her page, I don't do it anymore, but I'll be like, this empty, airheaded ass, dumbass. And then I'll be like, then I get into my bed and be like, kind of miss my airheaded dumbass. That's my stupid dumbass. That's why I stopped a life of crime, like, to get my life together. Not for you, but not in a way because you inspired me, but because I didn't want to let you down and I wanted to provide a better life for you. And I guess that was my thinking before I stopped. Not that she, like I said, motivated me to necessarily become a better person. It was more so, I like you and I want to do right by you. So for that reason, I'll be a better person. Which isn't a very stable thing, because then when they're not around, it's like, okay, let's crash out now. Like, so when it ended, I didn't realize how much I lost. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna break up with her. Things aren't going the way I feel like they should be. I'm starting to see a pattern. Let me get out now. But then I realized, oh, I was only doing certain things because of you. Some good, some bad. Like, some things are like, yeah, I shouldn't have been doing that. And some things like, I probably should still be doing that, but I just don't have the motivation to anymore. I felt like I kind of lost my anchor. Like, I'm back outside. Let's crash out. What we on? But then I get a call like, yo, your cousin, the one you hit the chicken spot with 2 days ago, you got like the lemon pepper. I was like, yeah, I remember. You was neighbors with Gene. Like, I went and saw Gene. I crossed the road. I went and saw him. And he put me on. We went there. It was good stuff. Meat was falling off the bone. I remember it was good times. Had joked, watched a couple shows together, we were talking about the show I put him onto, everything like that. They're like, yeah, he ain't gonna make it to Christmas. I was like, oh. It's like, damn, no. Now I gotta bury my guy, 27. Last Christmas, it was me, him, and Gene. I want to quickly say a couple words for him. We were close. The only cousin I did things with outside of family events, like I said, we just hit the chicken spot. We went to university together. We'd go on little road trips. He was funny. He put me onto new foods. He opened up my palate a lot. Before him, I'd never tried duck before. And now everyone I meet, I try to put them on, But this happened at the same time I had to leave my job too. I was being paid half a minimum wage just because I was doing an apprenticeship. Which would have been fine, but it wasn't a true apprenticeship, man. They had me in the warehouse for 2 months, finessing me. And I had just left university. I thought I had more time to figure everything out with school, another 4 years, but I didn't like the course, I didn't like the teachers, the campus. So all that time in school leading up to it, studying and getting the highest grade achievable, I felt like it ended up being for nothing, kind of. It made me feel like I was lost. Gene pressuring me to make something shake like I'm some bum, like she's not there in Canada Goose, Christian Dior's listening to City Girls or whatever the fuck she's listening to with the AirPod Pros I bought her. While she complains about buying me $5 worth of cookies or some shit, like £6 worth of cookies that she said she was gonna buy me the day before. It's like, wow. It just stressed me out. So when I got the apprenticeship, I was relieved. I was happy. I was excited. Gene gonna be proud of me, get off my ass, even though it's only been 2 months since I finished school, even though I've been doing freelance work and that's been paying good. But this will get me back on track. I can still focus on chasing my dreams, right? And if that doesn't work, I've at least built up a backbone and digital marketing as a backup plan so I can still have kids, I can still marry Jean, and then I get there and it's not digital marketing, it's manual labor. I'm working in the warehouse and I'm cooked by the time I get home. Not to mention it's manual labor too, so I'm extra cooked. Not to mention, like I said, I ain't made nothing from working here really, and I guess I wish I could keep on pretending like everything's okay, but it's kind of not. You want to be doing good, and if you're not doing good, you at least want to be looking like you're doing good. It's been 3 months. I really thought I'd be over it by now, but I'm not. I still miss my family. I miss the person I was gonna start one with. I wish their apprenticeship was what it said so I didn't feel lost again. I just haven't gotten over the fact that I can't bring either of them back still, especially since one's still alive. I just kind of wish I could, trade places with my cousin at this point. Even after everything I said, even after being the one to say it's over, and to be honest, when I said it was over, it wasn't. I went back because Jean wasn't like the other girls. I did put my pride and ego aside for her, because I learned that maybe I should, but it didn't fix anything, so I probably called off maybe like 3 times since actually calling it off, and then the past 2 times we both called it off and said it was mutual and we couldn't stand each other anymore. But if she needed me or asked for help, I still wouldn't say no, because like I said, a part of me is conflicted. I still do care. I really think it's because now I know what real loss is. I don't want artificial loss. It's like, I care about you. Why aren't you here? You could be here. But then I remember why. It doesn't make it easier. It's like, partly because it's like, if you could change just a little, be more mature just a little, just see things from my perspective for once, or have your own opinion for once, or actually speak up for once for how you actually feel. It's like, I've already tried, and it's just like, there's no point really to it. I'll give you an example of just one of the things where I say, we're not the same. It was my brother's birthday. This white boy, he was like 18, threatened to throw hot coffee on my brother, called him the N-word, so I did the big brother thing. I gave him a case of the beats. No words, just went outside, saw him. I hit him with the Playboy Carti flatbread freestyle special. I mean, don't hit him, Cardi. I hit him with the bop, 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 bop. And then it was kind of a Karen situation, because I gave him I think I gave him a sleep it off case of the beats. Sleep it off. Apparently he thought I gave him a hospital case of the beats, getting all kind of scans, doing the most. It's like, I ain't do that much. I know myself. I ain't do that much. I could have, but then apparently police get called, so I do the race. I dip out. Like I was saying earlier, whole family on timing, so I'm looking for some advice. I'm not too sure what to do. So I make some calls, and they on serious. They like, he said what? Then he reported what? Oh, say less. Like, make sure, if it's gonna go to trial, we gonna make sure it don't go to trial. We gonna kill that. I'm like, yo, ain't that serious, yo. I was just... So I ended up, they telling me where to go, where to get low at, I only stayed there for like 2 days. They telling me the directions there, but not just the directions there. They telling me the directions there and how to avoid the cameras. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna remember none of this. I ain't gonna hold you. But I go there. As soon as I go there, I update Jean. I'm like, yo, I don't tell her they gonna clap this guy if you try to take it to trial. So I don't tell Jean any of that, because I'm like, it's a bit much. There's gotta be some other way around it. Don't want to kill the nigga. That just gets everyone in more trouble. So I don't tell Jean that. I don't even crash out during this whole argument or debate. I ain't like, yo, bitch. I'm from the trenches, you know what I'm saying? Niggas get stomped out. I done beat people up for way less. I remember one dude, I found out he was like, this one girl was feeling me, right? And dude tried to be like, nah, he ain't. And he tried badmouth me. So, again, Playboy Carti freestyle. Bop, 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 bop. I got put on probation for that. I've been put on probation at every school I've ever been to. for fighting. So I'm like, yo, you don't even know. But she gets upset. She gets super mad at me. She's like, yo, why are you fighting? You're so immature. Why do you think violence is the answer? I didn't know you were a violent person, and this and that. And I'm like, wait a second, don't, act like I'm some sick guy. Like, never even raised my voice at you. I've never hit you, never slapped you, never put my hands on you unless I was choking you out, and then you was liking it. And it's like, you trying to paint me like, you saying I'm immature. What was I supposed to do? And she was like, you're supposed to file a hate crime. I'm like, oh, I'm the immature one. You're being idealistic. You're a fucking idiot. I didn't say fucking idiot. And so I'm like, file a hate crime. How's that solve anything? Think about my brother crying on his birthday. Dude's right outside. Bop, 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 bop. So that solved the case. I mean, case ended up not going nowhere, getting dropped. I was back. The same day I hit the spot up, got low, woke up. 5-star restaurant to celebrate. Yo, we did the right thing. I mean, boom, I'm eating nice. I'm good, I'm chilling. I think I seen G in the same day. It wasn't a big situation. She like, oh, I just look at you differently now. This and that. I'm like, yo, here's the thing though. Like maybe a week, maybe like 2 months prior, a guy looked like he was like sneakily recording Gene on his phone the way he was holding this shit. So I check his phone. I'm like, and she all turned up by it. She's like, yo, that look in your eye, like, she feeling like, oh, you gonna protect, you was gonna, I mean, I liked it. It was a turn on, whatever. I'm like, I wasn't trying to tell you. If nigga was recording you, but I was about to get serious. Like, it was just a natural response. I wasn't trying to think of anything. It was just what came to me. So don't be like, it's hot then, it's hot now, when I ain't do nothing to the guy. So you want me to just look the part, talk the part, but when I really gotta crash out, now it's a problem, and you telling your parents, now your parents look at me different. What's wrong with you? What else was I supposed to do? Man, to get beat, and that's just how it is. So from that whole, you're immature, you're violent, you're this, you're that, I'm like, I'm ready to call this quits, but I stick it out. So I just feel like we're fundamentally different, and I've tried. I already did try. I tried so many times. Like, it wasn't I had to go replace Gene or something like that. I'm at a point where it's like, it's just time to get a job, settle down. It's time to give up, nigga. You don't know how to become no fucking director or anything of the sort. Any of your dreams. Niggas don't get an opportunity where you from. Shit, I'm lucky I'm not in jail right now. Everything I spoke about in this video, just alone, like, everything could have went so differently. So I just lost the hope, all of that, man. I'm like, I'm ready to just call it quits, chill out, just do my normal thing, man. And people tell me, like, how can you be sad? Like, you in good shape, healthy, get bitches, attractive. Those things are like money. They're only important when you don't have them. Like, it's like, yeah, it's nice to know I'm wanted. It's better than nobody wanted me, but the only girl I'm interested in lives hella far away, and the other girl I'm interested in is, I already had, and I had to end it because she wasn't the person I thought. And so it's like, ideally that would be the one I'd go with, but it's like, it's not, that's not you. The idea that I have isn't you, because if it was, I never would have thought to end it in the first place. So I don't have them. And as for the other girl who lives across the country, it's like, yeah, you come here from time to time, and as nice as she is, as attractive as she is, I thought she was the baddest bitch on earth at one point. I ain't gonna hold you. It's like, I can't even say I would trust myself not to feel guilty still, just to pop up fully and be like, here's my new girlfriend, it's not Jean. And Jean would probably say she doesn't care, but she would. And I wouldn't want to hurt her either still. It's like, I still can't feel like I can tweet what I want either. Sometimes I'm single. I'll be like, I'm single. I'm going to tweet what I want. I'm going to tweet something crazy. But then I delete it because I'm like, I don't want you to see this. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I want to see something. I'll be like, yo, look at this bitch. Tell me I can do better than you. Or look at this girl who likes me. She's so pretty. But yeah, it's all too much. I thought school was going to be for me, and I'd have time to figure everything out. I didn't. I thought me and Gene would probably get married, or at least make it to like 3 years. We didn't. I thought me and my cousin would have more time, but we didn't. I thought the apprenticeship would go well and everything would work itself out, but it didn't. I thought I wouldn't get attracted to a girl who lives in New York, but I did. I thought I'd be able to accomplish my dreams one day, and I'm not sure. It's like I just want to be right about something, man. Somewhere over